Welcome to the Titus Tech Troubles that we're having. Let us know if you can hear us. This is the good. We're trying to figure out the right way. And it's to figure it out each time, and then it's to remember it. I need to write this down afterwards. So can you hear us? We will love it if you can. Okay, we're going to assume.
Well, okay.
I haven't heard any. We haven't heard you yet. So
Okay, right there.
sound is, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Then we have his phone disconnected, out of the way. And welcome. So for December, instead of doing card kits each month like I do the rest of the year, what we do in December is I make the gifts and send out. And it's one of my favorite things to do because Christmas is all about making and sending gifts. And this is my biggest venture every year is making and sending these. So I have a whole bunch of these laying on the floor and all the cards. I save many, people say, what do you do with your card swaps that you get? And I said, this is one of the things. I pick my favorites to do things like this with. So in that sense, what I'm sharing tonight, these are discontinued sets. So it's kind of a walk down memory lane. So it's just very fun. I have several videos on how to do this, and I'll link to a really short one at the bottom of this. So if you haven't seen these made, one sheet of cardstock, no gluing, nothing. They're just the easiest. So wonderful. And before I do that, I have two announcements. One, we're going to announce some winning cards from the Fine Line. These names, you are getting a gift for voting. Laura Wood, Betty Jennis, and Julie James. So thank you guys for voting. And I'm going to show you the winners. There were actually four winners. The third and fourth were really close. So I'm showing all of these. These are cards made by my team. So when we do swaps, sometimes I'll put up a voting thing because I want to do a shout out to them. It's just one of the fun things we get to do together. This card, so coming in at number 4, Ginny Kaplan. And Ginny's been around for a long time. I think it's just so fun. And this is a fun fold card using the, look at this. We're going to need to do this. So you'll see this one come out. Isn't that fun?
Hold it a little closer.
Okay, so it's like a double flap. Sometimes we call a double flap all kinds of different things, but look how she's got the whole thing. So that is awesome. Coming in at number 3, we have Janine Olson. And this pretty card using that. I'm trying to think of what the name of the card is, but isn't that pretty? And your true blessing. So it stands like this. And I just think that is just lovely. Folds flat. Both of these are fun fold cards. I just thought of that. How fun. Coming in at number 2, made by Kathy Boggs. Look at the beauty of monochromatic. This is a monochromatic card. There's no other colors added. We just have the Lost Lagoon or whatever color this is, pool party. I don't even know what color it is. I can't tell when it's not up to others, but
green.
Everything done in the same, this greenish blue. And I love how she is stamped, how the stamp goes from the white onto the colored. So that's really fun. And coming in at number 1. All right. Oh, okay, I was going to say, I got to remember who made this card. This is Lori Corrigan. This is a fun fold too. Oh my goodness. It shows the popularity of fun fold cards, doesn't it? Okay, you have to open it like this. So it's going to stand up also like this. But is that just stunning? The colors, the way the words are just right up there in the corner. So it looks lovely folded and it looks lovely out. So perfect. And then the other announcement before we do this is, if you notice, we've resurrected our podcast that we did years ago. And we're doing this with our son, Josiah, and our grandson, Hank. And you guys have watched Hank when he was from like 3 to 10. He did videos with me, which was really fun. And now he's back in a new role. We were talking about this summer about doing something together as a family. And our whole family loves telling stories. We are the family that sits around the table and tell stories, much like your family was like that. My family wasn't, but I just remember we'd sit around your table forever. We're inviting you into our lives as we sit around the table. We're also going to be sharing a lot of your stories, and it's just a chance to go deeper, get to know each other. So we put the first 3 episodes out today. They're way too dark and the sound is not great. So I'm just going to put that out there. We debated, should we start over? And then we thought, beginnings of something are always beginnings. And you guys are so gracious.
It'll get better
in letting us grow and get better and improve. And it's just really hard to do things over. So we decided we're going to live with it, but you're going to watch us grow and get better. And Hank is learning all the behind the scenes thing. And now these 12 going on 13. So it's just a fun new experience. And we're going to get to know our son and grandson in ways, especially our son, in ways that we haven't talked about. But part of the idea is, we love to go down rabbit holes. So we start talking about grandma's apron and suddenly we're down in this whole thing. We love stories like that and how stories beget stories and how we all become closer with stories. So then each week I will have a question related to the podcast over on our Facebook page, Stamping on the Back Porch. So we want to hear your stories, and then we will take some episodes and just share other people's stories. So I think this is going to be fun. This is the kind of thing, a podcast is meant more to listen to. So some things we will make it lighter. We're sitting around the table and we will share some things, show some things, but mostly we'll talk about them enough. So it's the kind of thing you would put on in the background while you're crafting. And you might get to know us far better than you ever wanted to. And I love that. She says, progress, not perfection. We decided to go with that. And believe me, we had a lot of conversations. But I said, with this group is perfect. And these are just on Facebook. Eventually, we will put them on like other podcasts, like Apple Podcasts and stuff. We did that a long time ago, but we decided to wait till we kind of have a few more things figured out. So thanks. And this comes out of community. Our biggest desire is community, and you guys being in our community and how much we feel your love for us. And we love hearing your stories back. So this will be a new experience.
I need to say something.
Yes.
I think my family invented podcasts on the farm after dinner. No, supper. After supper. We would sit, there was 5 kids, mom and dad. Dad smoked and he pushed his chair back, and that was routine. And the rest of us, we all sat and just talked and talked and talked, and sometimes 2 hours.
But when I started dating you and then got married and we're there, it was a new experience to me, and to have it be lighthearted fun and to stay there just kind of forever. So I think that's, so I told my son, I'm down for doing this as long as I have veto rights. If there's a story that is too vulnerable that I'm not okay with. So you guys, there's a little bit of fear and trepidation going into this. So just so you guys know this. Becky Lynette is so sweet. She said, I could never get to know you enough. I love your stories. That is so sweet. So anyway, we really want you guys to get involved. And by the way, we're assuming if you put comments, your name is with them over in our public business page. That's why I'm doing questions there, that you're okay with us sharing your story and your name. So, because it's public. So anyway, I just think we're going to get to know each other better. And you know how memories bring up other memories. So we're all in this together. So thank you for being in our world. Okay, let's get back to this. This is, who on here has received one or more of these over the years? This is my annual summer gift. And
I suspect a lot.
And the reason I love doing this is I love resharing it every year too, is just the best idea. All you need to make this is 5 cards. So I am taking 1 card. So I'll just take favorite cards in this orientation, add another piece to it, and this becomes the focal point. Now, these are some of these cards I've made. Most of them are from Card Swaps. So when I first shared them, I would have had the name. I no longer have the name. They're all older cards, but a shout out and a thank you to all the demonstrators out there that do card swaps, that share ideas with each other. Again, it's just an absolutely wonderful community. So we get to learn from each other. So this is how it comes. And of course, when you receive this, you could repackage it and put your own cards in it, gift it to somebody else, or do something else with it, put something else in it. So here is cards. And then we open it and we have 4 cards inside. Now, notice this pattern. Do you see there is no?
And 4 envelopes.
Yep. And there's no, this is the easiest thing to do. So we'll make sure. Okay, and then we'll look here. And then it's just assorted cards. It's birthday time. Now, how adorable is this? I just love that. So speaking of, these were a celebration set on celebrations coming soon. So here we have a birthday card. And this is
fish.
This is just random. I didn't even double check what was in this one. You're as sweet as honey. This is a matchbook card. And this one we had done on a Thursday. And one of the things that I think is fun about here, do you see how these 3 are popped up? So it's kind of the same thing, but just to add a little, instead of just having it be the paper. The idea of just popping up parts is a fun thing. And here we have, this sailboat is a punch. So it's not even stamped. So this is the power of a punch on a card. And then with the 3 different papers.
Ooh,
You're in my thoughts. So
Oh,
how
just
cool
paper.
is that? It's just paper and
Yep.
I put on there. And then this one is 3 trees. You can see the thing there. And when we open it,
Whoa.
it opens like this, wishing you the happiest birthday. Some of them
With the
have fun
moose.
folds from the different classes that I've done. Some don't. It's hit and miss. You just see me on the floor. I just make sure they're all lovely cards. They are all lovely cards I would be proud to send.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. I look back at that and think, oh, that's really a fun. Okay.
Oh.
So that's what they look like.
She looks back and says, maybe I should have kept
This
those.
is like going through memories. We were talking
Oh, it
about going
is.
through memories. I'll start looking through them and think, oh, I'm not giving that away. No.
So are
Rebecca
you
says she's giving
wanting
them
me
and
to
she
put
loves it.
back together?
No.
No, no.
Now I'm just going to look at covers because we've looked at them. Kay says she loves making these, one of her favorite things to make and give at Christmas time. Oh, and that's so sweet. CRS says, you feel like family. Oh, we love that feeling. And I think, so let's say you had a bunch of these made in a basket. How fun would it be at a tea gathering, Christmas card, whatever? People could just pick, I used to do that in the early days when everything I did was in person. And I would always have my Christmas open house. And then those that came would get to choose their own. It was a choose your own thing, but it was always so fun. And, and I just love doing that. And meanwhile, while you're waiting, it's such a pretty display to put in a basket of different cards. But look how cool this is. So just notice a few things so we won't take too long. So sending birthday wishes, happy birthday, and just notice these stamp sets as we go along. Isn't that fun? Oh, this one's still current, isn't it? Oh, that's gorgeous. Here we have rainy days are better with you.
We're at that angle.
Okay, so anything that's just kind of general like this. So I hope you're thinking of who in your life this
Okay.
might be good for.
What is randomly just open another one?
Well, maybe I might. Okay, well, should we? Okay, let's
Well,
we'll
you
open
know-
this one. Okay, rise and shine. I think this is just hilarious. Is that fun? And you see these just have punch holes here. Okay. All right, this one, I had 2 of these cards. Look at that. Oh, is that funny? Because this just happens to be the other one that has that. That is hilarious. Oh, okay, and then we have
That's so funny.
time to celebrate. Happy birthday. And then we have, and
Minnie
anybody go
Mouse.
to Minnie Mouse. Is that fun with the 3 circles? Oh, how cool. And then a birthday card, wish big. Oh, perfect. Oh, now you'll have 2 to put together.
Oh, I know.
But the fun is just you don't even know what's inside, And I think, this is a card I just loved. What I want to point out here is, do you see this is like a dock, like walking on a dock by the waves. And do you see how that is put up higher? So it's like this wood grain thing out in
Ooh.
front, and then the pillar there, and then that's in the background. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes I think I could just put cards over one wall of the house, all of my favorites, but I probably just wouldn't last. I might as well give them. But isn't this fun? I mean, I could just, so I've made a bunch of these and I can make more. This is stenciling. And I think that's really pretty. This was a stencil set that I also had stamps to go with it, but this is not using the stamps. And I know we have some stencil sets now, and I just think that soft look of the sponging and then the different layering is just beautiful. And I know this is a card we made in one of the All Good Card classes. I remember that. And then another happy birthday. Oh, how cool is that with donuts? I actually got this from one of my viewers. I'm quite sure this is one. And she just said she did something easy inside to make it so I could regift it. Well, look how I'm regifting it. And I thought, how cool is that? Next. Oh, who remembers this? Being a quilter. Here's a quilt card. And can you see all the little stitching lines? And this was a die for a quilt. And I just love that. And do you see how it's kind of skinny on the card? It's a little longer and skinnier. So she just put it to the side, did a little bow there to offset it. And I just think that is stunning. So think of giving something like this to a fun.
We actually do this video in a room that has a big chest of a trunk that has a lot of quilts in it.
Yep. So I collect quilts.
And she makes them.
So Tim is taking all these and put them in a box. So I thought, love this too. Who remembers this set? And this leaf is so cool. It's got a little dimension to it. And this leaf is actually cut out of designer series paper, kind of a plain color. So it has a lot of texture look to it.
Reminds me
I
of
think that's,
Egypt.
yeah, it does. This whole set was beautiful.
Yep.
And I also really like on this card how this is in front of this card. Just see, like this is line goes under that one over this, but then we have the words over it. But I really like that. How that's sitting behind there. So cool. Okay, who else has made these? You had me at donuts. I think cards like that would be so fun to bring to the office or to bring to a kid's house or something and bring it with donuts. You know, how fun. Some of you remember when we made these cards. These are pleated cards. And again, it looks like a quilt look. And this is just scored and pleated over.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's on my website. And I just think it is a stunning look. So again, this card is done all with paper. And then this is just one of those flowers cut out, put on top. Here you just see little pieces of them. And I just think that's striking with the colors.
So what you're saying is that used to be a card and you took
Yep.
it apart and put it as a
Yeah.
cover.
Yep.
That's very cool.
So what we're using are the
each-
card fronts, and I'm just layering another piece under it. So a card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm layering one more piece that is 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. We're just going up 3/4, and that gives you a good size to put on the front here.
So each gift gives you 5 cards. 4 in the
Right.
inside
If you were to
and
take
one-
it
yeah.
apart. Now this one, so you can see how that fits right in here. Here's the card. So I've just taken card fronts and then just gone 1/4 inch bigger to add. And don't you just get this nice little size for the top? Kim said she made 20 last Christmas. So easy and so appreciated. Wonderful. I was Kim Dorsey, and Rebecca said that she made these as a table favors for an event in town. Oh, I love it. And Joan, that's so sweet. She said she already feels like she's part of our extended family. So that, and Dimity wants to know the design. Yes, I'll put it in the show links right after here. I think I have 4 videos on my YouTube channel showing this. So I'll pick like the shortest, easiest one to put on so we can do it. But I just know that everyone will love making these. I miss this stamp set. I absolutely love the stamp set. And look at this cool idea. Now I was just showing another card where I was talking about how they balanced the piece on this side and then had a bow. Look at this one. This is also like this way. And we're balancing it with the words right here. And then this offset here. So do you see how that whole thing looks just lovely?
Yep. What does that remind you of? Galveston.
Oh, it sure does. Right. Last winter, it was just our favorite vacation week ever, I think, with the 2 of us down in Galveston, staying in a stilt house and walking out. But I just think how cool this is that these are just small pieces of paper. And it just makes this elegant background.
And where do pelicans go during the summer? Minnesota.
Oh, well. Okay.
Pelican. We have Pelican Rapids. We have lakes that are named after pelicans. There's a migration path that goes right through southern Minnesota.
Okay, I'm just looking for what else I'm just getting a little sidetracked here. Oh, I will show again what goes inside. So no problem. I'll worry about that later. Okay. Birthday wishes. Look how classy this is. Another monochromatic. I just think.
What kind of leaves are those?
I don't know what are they?
Ginkgo.
Ginkgo. Okay. Isn't that just stunning? I really love the visual effect of just a whole monochromatic card. Okay.
Do you know what makes them special? They don't have a stem going down in the middle and the leaf goes out like this. These kind of come from, anyway.
Oh, no, I guess I really don't know.
And I don't think I explained
Okay. Next we have
guacamole.
You Spice of My Life. That was such a fun set. Isn't this just fun? So here you can see we just added a white piece behind. But I think, so you're just visualizing these cards. Oh, so here's a couple of really cute ones. And look at this fun little happy birthday to you. Very fun.
Did you say you were going to show the inside of another one?
Here we have more. Well, I might. But let's see. We'll see how we do on time here. Let's go. Wishing you the brightest birthday. So here's another one with our two sides of the paper, and then another flower right there. And let's see. Oh, recognize this paper? This is the one we did that was a pleated thing. This is the stamp set that goes with it. Look how cool that is. And we're still doing in the same color of the freesia in black, which I think is pretty cool. And I'll reach down here. Oh, we have the sailboats. Look at this. Enjoy today.
Ooh.
Oh, doesn't that bring back memories?
Yep.
Love that. Oh, okay. This fresh freesia and black is really, I had some amazing cards done with this. Look at, here's another quilt pattern. And it's from the same quilt die set. But look at how this is wavy. But you see, this is gorgeous paper. Isn't that fun? And look at that. And so this part is smaller, but we have these parts here. My heart will always be tied to yours. Beautiful.
And so is that just freehand cut and then?
Nope. We wouldn't do that because see the little stitching?
Yep.
So it's a die and it puts the stitching right
Wow.
into the little hole. So it looks like it could be stitching. I think that is so cool. And then we have, I hate to untie them because then we got to get them in there perfectly again. But let's
Oh,
see,
I can
here
do
we
that.
have another Oh Happy Day with, this was another great die and all of this. Lots of love. I think this is such a pretty look. A couple things I want to point out. Do you see how this vellum, this is a pattern vellum. Look what a soft layer that gives. Then this is actually stamped and you can see it's an ombre look. It's got different colors on it. And then it's stamped and then that piece is run through the folder. I think that is so
I like that.
elegant. It's just very fun. Okay, and then we have, oh, another monochromatic, this time in green. Look how pretty that is, and a couple layers of the plants. A little hello there. I think that is really fun. And then I'll show a picture. I'll put up a picture of my floor covered in cards because I would just go through and find 4 that were different because I didn't want to give somebody 4 birthday cards. And these aren't like Christmas cards. These are like general use cards. Here we're back to the same paper. I love both the paper. Love the set of how you do the 3. And then we have that on and the happy birthday and the little tiny floating right there. Look at all the things just done with that. And then another beautiful, this is beautiful paper. This again is vellum. Look, and there's no vellum in the catalog this year, which I'm sick about, but we'll still use it. There's some pattern vellum, I think. But look how pretty that is against the pattern paper. Again, that is just stunning. And one more. Oh, this is I'd love to be there. Doesn't this look like being in Tuscany or somewhere? It's just so, yeah, I think it's Hills of Tuscany is the stamp set, but with the arch, you're in my thoughts. Just a beautiful thing. So this is it for tonight. We are going out of town. We are going to be in Arizona the rest of this week. We're going to be in Phoenix if anyone lives there, but we aren't going to have a car. I'm going for a business thing, so we're going to be staying downtown. So you'd have to come see us. So we're not announcing it in terms of that, but we won't be here Thursday. But of course, we have a fun challenge to put out, and we just love having you guys in our life. So thank you for joining us. And there is a new host code that I will put under here too. Thanks, everyone, and good night.
Good night.